Hello again, Struck Pub. May is almost here, and there's quite a few solid, decent, high profile, big games releasing in May. Some of those might not be high profile for everyone, but they are personally for me, and I've included them in this list. Others are massive AAA titles that have big names, publishers, or developers behind them. So I've got 13 games this month for you as suggestions of game that you might be interested in as well. So if you're looking for the wall profile, Underdog Games videos, there will be a 3D and a 2D videos coming in the following days. But let's now show you the big games, the big names, the massive high profile titles for the month of May 2023. Buckle up, Struck Club. I hope you enjoyed, and let's go. First things first, this list will be in chronological order of release date, starting with the game I'm the most excited about this month. If I had to pick one game to play this month to get for free, it probably would have been Age of Wonders 4. I'm a big fan of the old Age of Wonders 2 and 3. And me and my brother, we used to spend a lot of time hot seat couch co-oping or versusing on the Age of Wonders 2 back in the day. So personally, I think this is a must-have for fans of the Forex and for fans of the Heroes of Might and Magic. So this is a nice mashup between Civilization and Heroes of Might and Magic. This has always been kind of what sets it apart from Heroes of Might and Magic, that it has more civilization than purely being a clone of Heroes of Might and Magic. And it's amazing. If you've never played an Age of Wonders game, Age of Wonders 4 seems like a great addition to the franchise. So not so much left until the game launches on the 2nd of May 2023 for Steam, Epic, Humble, the Microsoft Store, GOG, Xbox Access, PlayStation 5, from Triumph Studios and published by Paradox Interactive. Another game I'm pretty excited about and I wish I could play, but due to lack of funds, I won't be able to. Redfall. Arkane Austin is developer and the publisher are Bethesda Softworks, and the town of Redfall is under siege by a legion of vampires who have cut the island off from the outside world. Trapped with a handful of survivors, stay alone or squad up in open world FPS action. So it's kind of like a co-op shooter wooter open world FPS action RPG kind of game. Interesting, all about vampires and about biting back. It will be on Xbox Series X, on Steam, on the Epic Store, on Game Pass as well, for both PC and Xbox. As well as you can find it on the Humble Store. I'm not sure if it's the Steam or the Epic version there. Um, a little bit overpriced. Even the regular version is $70. No way in hell is it worth it, but I guess that's Microsoft's way of pushing people towards Game Pass if they wanna play the game. In general, it looks fun. Whether it really will be fun, well, unless I play it, I won't be able to tell you. But if you have Game Pass, check it out. You won't lose much if you already have Game Pass for the month. Another game releasing on the 2nd of May, third one in a row in this video, is Showgunners. Showgunners was known under a different name and then it got renamed. And now it's developed by Artificer, by the way. Let's tell you that first. It's published by Good Shepherd Entertainment. There is a downloadable demo on Steam. Platforms you can find it on are Steam, Epic, and GOG. Not sure where the demo is other than Steam, if the other platforms have the demo, but it's an interesting turn-based tactics combat strategy RPG game, top-down-ish. As a contestant on a high stakes reality game show of the future, you must survive a dangerous urban environment packed with traps, confounding puzzles, and heavily armed psychopaths. Turn based combat in handcrafted levels built for entertainment. If it sounds like your kind of game, then definitely give it a go. I can't tell you the exact price, so I guess we'll have to see if they price this right. But this doesn't deserve AAA pricing. So hopefully it's no more than AA pricing. Hopefully. Next up, we have a game that, well, it's not releasing um, for all platforms, but it's finally on Steam. The Darkest Dungeon 2. Darkest Dungeon 2 is a roguelike road trip of the damned. Form a party, equip your stagecoach, and set off across the decaying landscape on a vast grasp quest to avert the apocalypse. The greatest dangers you face, however, may come from within um, dot dot dot. So yes, you probably might have already played it on the Epic Store, but it's now coming to Steam. This game, out of nowhere, several years ago, the first version, the first Darkest Dungeon, became a big hit, and it's been gaining more and more fans of the franchise. And I think if you've loved the first one, it wasn't my cup of tea. It was too difficult for my personal taste, and there were too many annoying mechanics that make me wanna uninstall. In like 2-3 hours in the game or 5 hours in the game, but if you're the masochistic type of person that wants such a game, don't miss out on Darkest Dungeon 2 on Steam. And speaking of games that are not my cup of tea, Far Cry 6. I tried it and I was severely, massively, overwhelmingly disappointed in so many ways. There were good things about it, for sure, but it's just not my kind of game. Far Cry as a franchise is not my kind of franchise, let's put it that way. Single player shooters without much looting, our Borderlands 3, not my kind of shooters. I like stuff like Division, Borderlands 3, where there's too much looting and build diversity and stuff like that. Far Cry 6, although, had a lot of impressive things about it. Not the performance, by the way. It ran like crap when I tried it on my machine back then, even though I was meeting the requirements recommended. But it's finally coming to Steam, so if you are waiting for the Steam release for Far Cry 6, the 11th of May 2023, you don't need to wait too much. Ubisoft, Toronto, Montreal, Kiev, Shanghai, and Berlin are behind it, as well as some other branches. And enter the adrenaline filled world of modern day guerrilla revolution with stunning vistas, visceral gunplay, and huge variety of gameplay experiences. There's never been a better time to join the fight. My next guest does not need introduction. I mean, my next game does not need any introduction. The Legend of Zelda Tears of the Kingdom, and yes, it's Tears, not Tears of the Kingdom. Um, Coming on the 12th of May 2023, if you loved Breath of the Wild and you want to see the sequel to that one with the same kind of engine, I guess, the same visuals, the same shading, and the same open world exploration and freedom, Tears of the Kingdom is your next Zelda adventure to enjoy. It's coming on Switch. It's a Switch exclusive game. So too bad for us PC peasants, and too bad for the other console peasants as well. Only Switch can enjoy Zelda, unfortunately, and that's how it is. So I can guarantee you, I will never play it unless they decide for whatever reason to release it on PC. But it is a big title, and I would have loved to play it if I had the chance, but not on a handheld console, not without mouse and keyboard. Developed by Nintendo EPD. And again, there isn't much that I need to tell you about the game other than it looks amazing. And then if I had it in my hands right now, I would have been playing and streaming it. So The Legend of Zelda Tears of the Kingdom, 12th of May 2023. Next up, a surprise title, Lego 2K Drive. Welcome to Bricklandia, home of a massive open world Lego driving adventure. Race anywhere, play with anyone, build your dream rides, and defeat a cast of wild racing rivals for the coveted Sky Trophy. Releasing on the 19th of May 2023, developed by Visual Concepts Entertainment and published by, well, you guessed it, 2K, it's in the name. So it's an interesting racing Lego game with massive multiplayer online world. It's pretty funny. There's humor in it. It's suitable for children of the age of 7 and above. So if you're looking for a more family friendly game to play, well, 2K Drive from the Lego franchise is your next title to test. Inkbound is releasing as an early access title on the 22nd of May 2023. Developed and self-published by Shiny Shoe. I really loved playing a demo on Steam while there was one available. And I think it's a very enjoyable game. It's not going to be everyone's cup of tea. It takes a while. There's a lot of randomness as it's to be expected from roguelike games. It reinvents turn-based gameplay in a fluid online only co-op roguelike from the creators of Monster Train. Play solo or party up to dive into the magical, dangerous books of the Athenium library and fight to save this rich, ever-expanding world. Yes, I did enjoy it a lot. There were interesting boss fights here and there. There were interesting randomness um, factors, changing up what your run would look like. It's nice that you can play with some randoms here and there if you can find people to play with. Um, this game, as long as it has a healthy community, I can see it thriving as long as they keep updating it. It's releasing on the 22nd of May, so people, if they are interested in playing Diablo 4, well, they will still have some time to enjoy Inkbound before Diablo 4 comes. Obviously, they're completely different and they're probably aiming at different audiences. But I personally, I enjoyed playing the demo, even though I'm more of a Diablo type of player. I still enjoy playing stuff like this every now and then. From one tactical game to another. Miasma Chronicles is a game from the creators of Mutant Year Zero Road to Eden. If you've played that game, then you kind of have a feeling what to expect from Miasma Chronicles. It's a beautifully crafted tactical adventure you won't forget. Embark on a quest across a post-apocalyptic wasteland torn apart by a savage force known as the Miasma. Releasing on the 23rd of May 2023, developed by The Bearded Ladies and published by 505 Games. Yes, tactical RPG in its classical form. It seems turn-based with some nice action. It's sci-fi, it's story-rich, it's violent, it's single-player, and it's post-apocalyptic and dystopian. So if that's what you're looking for, Miasma Chronicles is something you might not want to miss out on when it comes out. Next up, we have Warhammer 40,000 Bolt Gun. Another 40k game, but this one is a retro shooter inspired game. So it has that old school retro shooter visuals to it. Load up your bolt gun and unleash the awesome Space Marine arsenal to blast your way through an explosion of sprites, pixels, and blood in a perfect blend of Warhammer 40k frenetic gameplay and the stylish visuals of 90s retro shooters. Coming on the 20th of May 2023 by Auroch Digital as a developer and Fox Entertainment as the publisher. Evil Wizard is a very interesting humor-filled action RPG that puts you in the shoes of a former final boss. Rise from the defeat. rediscover long lost powers, and fight to reclaim your castle from an army of so-called heroes. Releasing on the 25th of May 2023, developed by Rubber Duck Games and published by eHome Entertainment Development Company Ltd. So yeah, you're the villain, but with a twist, you have already been defeated and you're trying to, well, get undefeated. And it's overall a filled with humor game, action RPG, 2D-ish. And I think it deserves to be in the high profile video, even though some of you might not consider it a high profile game. Next up, something for the fans of the Lord of the Rings franchise who are looking for a story rich adventure game with a lot of puzzles and not so much action. Play as Gollum on his quest to retrieve his precious. You will need to climb the mountains of Mordor, sneak around Mirkwood, and make difficult choices. Who will gain the upper hand, the cunning Gollum or the innocent Smeagol? Developed and published by Daedalic Entertainment, as well as co-published by Nacon. Lord of the Rings Gollum has heavy, massive requirements, system requirements. So probably yet another poorly, atrociously badly optimized game. Um, because there isn't anything in particular that makes me think that the game should be as heavy as as its spec requirements make it out to be. But it does look visually decent. Doesn't look anything that would stun me, but it looks impressive. Okay, but not as impressive as the requirements they're putting. So probably too lazy to optimize the game properly. Maybe rushed to release it fast, but it looks fun. Not my kind of fun though. Another legendary game has been revived. System Shock, the remake, is finally with a release date, and that release date is almost here, the 30th of May 2023. A first person fight to the death in the depths of space. Developed by Night Dive Studios, published by Prime Matter. There is a playable demo on Steam, and regarding platforms, you could expect this remake on that Steam, Epic, Humble, GOG for PC, as well as PlayStation 5 or Xbox XS and One. So yeah, if you want to relive it or if you've never played it in the first place, System Shock, the remake, is something that will have all new HD visuals, updated controls, overhauled interface, and all new sound and music, as well as the classic original voice actor for Shodan, one of gaming's most iconic villains. Witness the rebirth of one of the greatest and most influential games ever created. Shodan, the psychotic AI, has taken control of Citadel Station and turned the crew into an army of cyborgs and mutants. So it just looks amazing visually. It seems to keep the original gameplay, and Night Dive have created some of my favorite shooters, such as Sin, for example, Turok, and so on. So System Shock obviously is something worth revisiting as a remake. To get notified when I upload more content like this one or other builds and guides for Wooter and not so Wooter games, you can subscribe to my channel and hit that bell button to not miss out on notifications. As well as keep in mind there's something called memberships on YouTube, which lets you be a paying member for my channel to get access to perks such as emotes and badges made by me, as well as the option to get one-on-one tutoring for the very basics of Adobe Photoshop, Premiere, and After Effects. And memberships can be cancelled at any time if you no longer want to be a member. Thanks for watching all the way until the end, Struck Web. Keep it cool until next time, and goodbye.